Okay, in this section of chapter 17, we're going to explore conservative vector fields. This is a very specific type of vector field that has some really nice properties that will be useful to us when evaluating vector line integrals. Specifically line integrals over vector fields when we're exploring circulation. So the two key questions for this section, one is, when is a vector field a gradient of some function? So in class, we had defined that a conservative vector field is a vector field that is a gradient of some function. So we want to know, when is a vector field conservative? And what special properties do these fields actually have that are important to us? And so before we begin that exploration, I'm just going to go over a few key ideas about curves and regions and the ones that we'll be working with primarily. So in the rest of the chapter, we're going to be focused on simple curves. That means simple curves are curves that do not intersect themselves. So you can see that here, this curve is not simple because it intersects itself, and one reason that those curves are not that great to work with is because it's hard for us to tell what their orientation is or how the normals are oriented. So that's specifically difficult in evaluating flux vector integrals. So we also care about closed curves. So simple closed curves, again, will be curves that start and end at the same point. They will be oriented curves. For us, a positive orientation means we're going in the counterclockwise direction. And you can see here an example of a curve that is not simple, but is closed. And it's not simple, again, because this intersects itself, but it does seem like it probably starts and ends in the same place. In terms of regions, so if you look to the right, the diagrams at the right, we are going to care most about simply connected regions. These are regions for which any closed curve in the region encloses only points in that region. For example, I can do a little closed curve here in this region and it only encloses points within the region. But notice that in regions that are not simply connected, I can do a closed curve here, and there are points that are not in the region within the interior of my curve. And we're only going to be thinking about simply connected regions where we can connect a curve within the region. A closed curve within the region is connected. So those are the kinds of regions we care about that will be specifically important in the next section when we talk about Green's theorem. And so the last thing that I'm going to talk about in this particular video is a test that we use to determine whether a field is conservative or not. So let's attend to the definition at the bottom. So again, a conservative field on a simply connected region is a field where there exists some function whose gradient is the field. So if my field is actually the gradient of some function, then we say that it is conservative. And a test that we use to determine whether a field is conservative or not, and right now it's not going to make a lot of sense, is if we have a vector field whose components are f, g, and h, we actually determine whether the field is conservative or not by testing these mixed partials. So you can look at these equations. We're going to talk a little bit about what they mean, what they are, but we want to show that if we can show that the partial of f with respect to y equals the partial of g with respect to x, and the partial of f with respect to z equals the partial of h with respect to x, and the partial of g with respect to z equals the partial of h with respect to y, we're going to call our field conservative, which means that it will be a gradient of some function. This is if we are dealing with fields in space. If we're working with fields on the xy plane in R2, then our fields will only have two components, f and g, and it will be enough to show that the partial of g with respect to x equals the partial of f with respect to y. So this is what we will need to show if we're dealing with a vector field in R2, and we will have to show all three of these if we're dealing with a vector field in R3. 3. In the next video, we're going to revisit this test and talk about the rationale behind it and why it may work.